And we're back. Let's see, today we're going to want to go into research so we can increase the output of our Baltic crawler breeders. And we also need to do a few things that we forgot about. One of which is we want to build roads, even if they're the basic dirt roads. Let's use our brush tool. And be careful to not get rid of their swimming spot. And we're just going to smear this all around. Going to get the speed going so they can start on that. And this will increase their environment by a fair amount, even though it's just the base road. Next up, we completely forgot religion, so we need to give them a place to worship. I'm going to go with Amnion for now. I'd like to switch to Shmalor later so we can get the Argonash. Alright, let's hyperspeed that. And while they're doing that, let's go ahead and build our laboratory. Do another round one. This as big as possible. Right around there. Let's see, maybe something like this, and we can put those in the center. There we go, and that's all the supports we need. Some doors. Alright, and we've got plenty of furniture for that too. Okay, we need more bugs. Let's see, we've got a ton of extra food. It's enough for like 60 more. We've got 30 more housing, so let's go ahead and take on 30 more. We're going to need even more housing still. Let's copy this guy, toss one here, here, and one here, why not? So smear around some more of this. And wow, I don't need 50 in there. Let's drop that down to 30. And we don't have clay yet to use for their tablets. But we can get going on that soon since we have clay right here. We'll autosave. And maybe we do want to get into mining. Let's see. That should be more than plenty. Do our auxiliaries. Note if you put these over the clay patches, it'll actually get rid of them. So try to put them anywhere else. It's a little larger. It's fine. $5 and $100. Oh, we got rid of the storage and I expanded it. There we go. Okay, so that'll be a bit until I have all the furniture to do that. Let's go to hyperspeed so they can finish up this housing and we can take on a few more. So do we have enough for 160, was it? 180. Go ahead and set that. And we're probably going to want to get going on another Baltic crawler breeder too. I'm going to build that out real quick and I'll bring you all back. Alright, we've got that built. It's not perfect, but it'll do just fine. It just means it needs some extra maintenance when you have yellow spots. Let's see, we're going to need... We've got plenty of stone. We need more furniture. We can go ahead and make a second one of these because we're going to need to make warhammers later anyhow. Plop one of those down, go into hyperspeed. Then finish this up. There we go. It should be another This one's a little bigger, so maybe we'll get closer to 15 food off this one. And even more once we spend some research, which we have now. So we're going to go down to husbandry, and we're going to get as much of this as we can. Obviously, if you're going for different animals, you can increase these accordingly, or do fishing, or increase your grain output using your innovation. Alright, yeah, that nearly doubled the output of these. So now we've got enough food for 250? Yeah, it's fine, we don't worry about crimes just yet. There's nothing we can do anyway. Alright, and we've got 100 houses, so let's go ahead and grab 250. Be careful when you type into that box because it takes your changes immediately. So if you accidentally put like an extra 0 on there, you will try to recruit 2,500, assuming you have the available immigrants for it. Let's make everything nice and diagonal. Alright, and all that furniture is going to go into this guy. It looks like they're about halfway there. Then we'll have clay to do even more research. Some more roads going. Later on we can just upgrade all of these to the fungus road. Or whatever your plebeians prefer. And I'm going to let things grow out for a bit, and I'll bring you all back once we're about ready to finish off the clay mine. And well, it looks like we've obtained Prontics, so now we can build our training grounds and our army supply depots. So that's pretty great. We might as well get going on some of those. So we can get our army trained up so we can take over a couple realms. Let's see. Got a whole lot of space there. Let's build out more. Set up our training dummies. And there's no need for auxiliaries on any of these. No, you don't want to make these too big because when accidents occur, they occur in a giant radius. So everyone in here will pretty much get injured. So the bigger it is, the more injuries you can have. And let's toss on some doors. Let's see, insulation still at 100%. Perfect. And let's go with, I guess, 2 of these to start. Still waiting on furniture. Fortunately, we have no money to buy any. We should at least have plenty of wood coming in to keep these guys supplied while they do their thing. Oh, and instead of building another one, I could have just, I didn't realize it wasn't maxed out. There we go. Hopefully, let's go ahead and fell some trees. Awesome. That's our bonus for getting over 50. Cleared all those trees, so we've got plenty for the carpenters. Still doing good on meat. Yeah, it looks like we've got enough for... Why did that just drop down? Well, we get autosave. Great, our clay pit is done. Let's drop that down to maybe 40 workers for now. See, that'll be, yeah, plus 75, which means we can tell these guys to start using that, and we should start stockpiling some. Let's also get a place in our storage for clay. And now we can start building out our decorations, our humidifiers. Just kind of scatter these all around anywhere there's space. This is one of the reasons it's always good to leave space between stuff or make roads bigger than you think you'll need, because there's going to be so much other stuff you need to place in there to keep everyone happy. If you weren't doing these, you'd be doing torches or possibly trees, and everyone loves benches. So let's actually dot in a few of those as well. And this will increase their access to services, which means we'll be able to get even more plebeians once we have the food for it. Alright, looks like we've got some more innovation to spend. How much is this outputting? 43 food, nice. We're a little short on plebeians. I think we're ready to take on more. Go up to 260. Oh, it looks like we're waiting on our immigration to catch up. Hopefully the humidifiers will help with that. You can see their environment starting to go up. How are services doing? Pretty solid for the levels we're at. He's around 35 to 40% for the first tier. There we go. And let's also set up our army. Let's expand these. Go ahead and stick with 50 for now, and we want to give them... let's go with 70% training. If you have like Dondorians, you want to do 100% because they live so long that it makes it worthwhile to train them for that long. Same if you're educating them. Like, it's hardly worth it to educate bugs because they just don't live long enough to really take advantage of that, and they instead spend all of their time studying, and then they're dead. Okay, we're going to start off with leather armor, warhammers. Same for these guys. We don't have any yet, but we'll get into that. Once we start producing a bunch more food, we can convert our hunters over to do leather. And we can start producing leather armor. And we're also going to need stone so we can make our warhammers at the carpenter. Let's go ahead and build that mine out as well. There we go. Let me get going on that, and then we'll have both clay and stone coming in, which also means that we can start giving them access to furniture. Should probably start doing a little bit of clay now. And we'll hang on to our stone for the time being. Ooh, another trade deal. And some leather armor, great. Let's see, we can go without 162 meat, so we'll go ahead and take this. We don't really have anything to sell yet aside from maybe our excess meat, but that can be problematic. Sometimes it'll drain your supply if you don't have things set up just right. And I'm kind of still figuring that out. Let's see if we can... What we should be able to do is tell it to pretty much only pull from these when there's an excess. I think. But it has a tendency to deplete your supplies, which I'm kind of hesitant to do with our food source, so maybe we'll experiment with something else. Once we have an excess of something. Actually, it looks like we can start exporting livestock. Although I might want to build yet another Baltic crawler, because I always want more food. So I think we're going to drop one down right here, and I'll bring you all back when that one is done. Alright, that's one more Baltic crawler breeder down. And let's see if our stone mine is finished yet. Not quite, still need more furniture. That is coming along though. And I guess we don't have quite enough employees to stack more into here. We appear to be consuming all of our wood supply anyway. So while they're building that, let's go ahead and fell these trees again. Oh, stone mine's done. With way too many employees. There we go. Since we've got the meat, let's go ahead and add some more Garthemi. Now I've got room for 20 more, so we can go ahead and do that. And make diagonal. Just to make everything look nice for us. We've got these guys training away. Those also act as a deterrent to bandits, so you want to get going on those pretty early. Make sure you don't have to deal with those guys. Let's give them a road over here so they can actually chop down these trees. Just grab every tree we can around here. We need a ton for this, as well as to keep our carpenters going. Alright, this is getting built. It's another max size one, so it should be good for as much food as this one, around 43. Once our pups grow up. Alright, things are plugging along. I think next we're going to want to get into building out our warhammers and converting one of these into leather so we can start equipping our army with leather armor and warhammers. Actually, that's going to be another bit of research. Oh, let's see. Bandits are coming to us. If we request assistance, they'll try to defeat them for us. And we can't really pay up because that'd be our entire meat supply, and I don't want to do that. So we're just going to request assistance and see what happens. They might come to us, they might not, which means we need to get going on warhammers pretty quick. And to do that, we need tech makeshift weapons. So let's go ahead and go into here, and rather than try to find it, we're just going to type in... There we go. So now we can build warhammers at our carpenter. Not very quickly or efficiently, but it's better than nothing, and we can't really do metal yet. Let's see. Okay, they took care of it. Otherwise, we'd have to go into a battle, which would be pretty easy because we've got a fair number of soldiers already. They're not exactly equipped, but usually your first round of bandits is like 10, so we'd be able to take that on pretty easy. And Garthemi do pierce damage by default, even if they don't have weapons. Okay, gotta wait for this to grow up, and then we should be able to switch over one of our hunters to leather. And then we'll be producing leather armor. Oh, let's put a place to store our warhammers. Leather, and that means we need to build out a tailor. And instead of building one out, let's see, unavailable wood. That's why there's probably some degradation. Oh, we need to chop more wood. So if I just shift click on this one, and then I can go up here, and then select tailor, and then that'll take the same template, but it'll build it as a tailor. This way we can get going in leather armor. And let's see. We can drop this down because we don't have such a need for furniture anymore, and we need to save our wood. So yeah, this only produces 44. Actually, we might be able to give that some upgrades. Assuming I can find it. We just search for woodcutter. Blocked by requirements. Which ones? Where is that located? Oh, we need over 50 woodcutters. Alright, well we don't have that many. We can't put more employees into this either. Alright, so we're gonna have to keep relying on just felling all the trees near us. Otherwise they'll keep degrading and producing less and less. Okay, we should be making plenty of wood now. And this will come along eventually. And you can see the degrade is starting to go down on this. I'd point to it, but it moves with my cursor. Okay, that's because we have available wood to repair this place. But just for now, I might want to drop this down a bit too, just so we're not going through too much wood and we can get a little bit of a stockpile going again. Alright, that's almost done. I believe we already have a place to stockpile leather armor. Yeah. Alright, now we're making everything that we need to supply our military for once we send them out on the map, but we need to train more soldiers, and that's going to mean more citizens and more food. So I think we're going to cut it off here, and we'll join up next time where we're going to work on getting a bigger military going and see if we can't get out on the world map and take some realms. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.